Everyday foods, everyday wines for everyday people. Good evening, I'm Mary Kate McCarty. Welcome to Pairings and the first episode in our series on pairing the right wines with the right foods at the right price. A great pairing is like a great marriage for one simple reason. There's great chemistry. And that's why certain foods pair better with certain wines, because their chemistry strikes a balance. So join me as we sample the best wines we can find at a price point we can afford, and then you'll be the judge and decide which foods you think pair best with them. But first, I'd like to dedicate this episode to my cherished friend, Deirdre Carr, who left us recently. And because of that, our very first wine selection is from the company that Deirdre founded with her husband, Joseph Carr, who named his wines after his father, Josh. Choosing a wine can be overwhelming. The choices do seem endless. But what you need to know is that of the thousands of wines produced throughout the world, nearly all of them are made from just 7 grape varieties, 3 whites and 4 reds. And they all started out in Europe, so they're called noble grapes. And the 3 white nobles are Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, and Chardonnay. And the 4 red nobles are Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot Noir, and Syrah, which is also called Shiraz. We'll begin this series by sampling the noble whites, starting with the Sauvignon Blanc grape. And we'll begin with the perfect pairing of all time, wine and cheese. It's perfect for one simple reason. Opposites attract. Cheese is a salty food, and wine can be tart and acidic. So when paired, they strike a perfect balance. The Sauvignon Blanc grape, or SB or Sauv Blanc, if you're into the whole brevity thing, originated in France, in the Loire and Bordeaux regions. But now it does well all over, including Canada, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, Chile, and the United States, just to name a few. I've selected 3 that are similar in price, but very different in taste. And that's because a wine's taste is determined by 3 simple factors. The grape variety itself, in this case the Sauvignon Blanc grape, the geography and the climate of the region it comes from, and the winemaker and how she chooses to grow and ferment her grapes. So here's our Josh from California. He's about $13 a bottle. And of course we have one from the grape's mothership, France. And this is about $10 or $11 a bottle. And here's a $12 bottle from New Zealand, where they're very proud of their Sauv Blancs, with good reason. All cheeses pair well with wine. However, when you match flavor intensities, those pairings can really shine. For example, goat's cheese is a natural pairing for our New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc because of its strong, distinctive flavor. New Zealand Sauv Blancs can be intensely tart and acidic because of the cool maritime climate and ancient soil largely formed by glaciers. Winemakers ferment their Sauv Blancs in stainless steel tanks slowly and at cool temperatures to keep the wine's sharp flavor. When paired, the intense sourness of a goat's cheese can really stand up to the tart zing of a New Zealand SB. Our French Sauvignon Blanc is grown in a moderate climate with plenty of rainfall and chalky, gravelly soil. French winemakers also prefer steel tank fermentation, and since they're made from the old world vines of Europe, French SBs can have more of an earthy taste. Foods and wines from the same region often pair very well together, so I've paired it with a French Brie. The climates of the California growing regions are especially diverse, but with good weather conditions and warm sunshine, the grapes ripen more fully, making them less acidic. Steel tank fermentation is also widely used in California, though some winemakers choose to soften the wine's acid taste by using oak barrels. So, because of its softer flavor, I've chosen a mild-mannered Swiss to pair with our mild-mannered Josh. But to get the taste of a wine, you need to follow what I call the rule of the 6 S's of sampling. You see it and get a good idea of its color. You swirl it and let those molecules open up and breathe. And you sniff it and get a sense of its aroma. And then you sip it and swish it. And then you savor it and decide if you like it or not. So that's all for today on Pairings. And here are your 3 takeaways. You've learned that nearly all wines are made from just 7 noble grape varieties, 3 white and 4 red. And you've learned that the taste of a wine is determined by 3 simple factors: the grape, the geography, and the winemaker. And finally, you've learned that like salt and acid, opposites attract and make for a great chemistry. And here's your homework. Find a good-sized wine store. Go to the Sauvignon Blanc section. Select 3 wines from 3 different countries and stay within a spending limit of $9 to $13. Then next time you're at the market, choose 3 inexpensive cheeses that are to your liking. I would suggest getting a soft, a semi-soft, and a hard cheese. Then go home, practice your 6 S's, and sample the wines and cheeses that you've selected to pair, and decide which pairing is best for you. Because pairing is about developing your own taste preferences, and a perfect pairing is whatever you think is perfect. Thank you for joining me. Please share your tasting notes in our notes section and any suggestions you might have. And if you like the Pairings program, please hit subscribe and we'll have some fun. But for now, here's to your health, and here's to our cherished Deirdre. À votre santé. Bye for now.